this will come. So that remembering that is the perfection of life. The Ante Narayana Smriti. That is why we chant in the age of Kali. Is Hare Rama, Hare Nama, Hare Nama Kevalam, Kalau Nasteva, Nasteva Kapti. So this is the instruction of the scriptures. In the age of Kali, Kali means age of science and technology. But in the age of science and technology, people are very fond of fighting each other. Even sometimes we fight. Because this is a symptom of Kali, so you don't have to complain about that. But at the same time we try to avoid it as much as possible. But in the age of Kali, age of science and technology, why science and technology? Because this is the age of machine. In the age of machine, so in order to make a little sound, so you have to hit each other. Because otherwise there will be no sound. So that means Kali will not be properly manifest. So therefore, this is a natural thing. So why should I complain? So we should take it as a Krishna's arrangement, but then we have to exercise our intelligence such that we don't get involved in such things, but at some time we have to realize that this is the symptom. So in the age of Kali, so the Lord has prescribed this process that Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nama eva Kevalam. Kevalam means only. So this chanting of this Hare Krishna Mahamantra is the perfection of engaging ourselves in order to be free from all these entanglements in this material world. We're completely free. So that's why this process is the recommended process. Because now we can't do much meditation. Like in Satya Yuga, you have to meditate dhyanam. So then we have in Treta Yuga we have to do the yajna. This performance yajna means you have to chant the Sanskrit slokas very perfectly. But nowadays, since we are engaged in this machine, so therefore our brain has become very mechanized, very frozen most of the time. So therefore, you are not able to function it properly. So therefore, it is not possible to memorize all these intricate slokas and all these prefixes, suffixes, and all these the different systems of the Sanskrit language. And therefore, we are not able to. There is no one qualified in this age of Kali who can pronounce the Sanskrit language very perfectly. So therefore, it is not suitable. It is not practical to do elaborate yoga also. And then in the Dwapara Yuga, is a Paricharayayam. In Dwapara, even this worship, the elaborate worship of the deities worship is not, there was a Paricharayayam, there was the process. But in the age of Kali, all these processes are not practical. But the Kali, the most practical thing is Kalauta Dhari Kirtana, right? But the Bhagavad says, Kalauta Dhari Kirtana. So in the age of Kali, in the age of science and technology, the most practical thing is always to chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. This is a very scientific. Scientific means something by applying that process, you get the result immediately. Because science means you do something and practically we apply it and you immediately get it. So it's just like that. That's what is called scientific. There is scientific process. So there's an elaborate explanation by Srila Prabhupada. It's a beautiful sloka here. But one very important thing here is that in chanting this Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Prabhupada again says, writes elaborate purport called from the Padma Purana. So from the Padma Purana, Prabhupada quotes this, the 10 offenses to be avoided in this, in the cultivation of Mahamantra chanting. That is very important. But in order to get the complete success of the chanting, one must follow one must avoid these offenses. So this is from Padma Purana. Let's read. Because Prabhupada has wonderfully explained So the first offense is to vilify the great devotees who have preached about the glories of the Lord. So in other words, one must not be interested in criticizing anyone else. But what is the use of criticizing anyone? It is better to criticize oneself. That is the art that one has to learn, as Kant is saying. Because introspection means self-analysis. You study yourself. In fact, our philosophy, Krishna conscious Vaishnava philosophy, is actually introspection. And so in that introspection, what happens is that the most wonderful thing comes out of that is that you are not becoming interested in making even the slightest, critical, let's say, outlook about others. Rather, you very much appreciate, such and such, Vaishnava is so wonderful, always doing something wonderful for Krishna and working hard, and so so you overlook all the negative things. So only see the positive things. So this way, if one can cultivate that type of culture, then always remain happy. So this is the secret of the happiness, remain happy. Otherwise, if you are always trying to, especially in the process, especially for those who have dedicated their life in the distribution of Krishna consciousness, are the ones who never think about the negative side of person individual. Because if he does that, it's regarded as an offense. So therefore that should be avoided. But the golden rule is, of course, when the spiritual master or some senior Vaishnavi, for corrections of mistakes done by some junior or some friends, and you can say, but say it in such a way that he understands and he will correct the mistake, but at the same time he will not get upset. So therefore this is called culture. In the culture way, one should speak in such a way that the works get done, the work gets done, but at the same time happily doing it. He's happy, yes. The devotee is very merciful, and so because he or she is concerned for my well-being, so let me do it. I made some mistakes, but therefore let me correct myself. So in this way, it will come, but he doesn't take it all of us. This is what we apply in scientific preaching. So therefore, one must be always appreciating the devotees who have dedicated their lives for teaching Krishna consciousness. Never think about. So if you want to criticize, it is better to criticize oneself. Well, I have this faults because of my impurities. I have developed this type of tendency, and so therefore, once we do this, study this by introspection, generally you will go away. You won't be interested in criticizing. It's meant to remain silent instead of speaking. When you become angry or something coming to your mind, if you feel that immediately that I will go away to some place, hide somewhere, or remain silent. Don't say anything to it. This is very important. So the second offense is to see the holy names of the Lord in terms of worldly distinction. In other words, if one is misusing the important Harinam for any other purpose, like for material gain, so this is an offense. That's not be done. And the third offense is that to disobey the orders of the spiritual master. So this is obedience is the ornament. Is the ornament of a Vaishnavi. Obedience means obedient to whom? To the sadhus, and to the scriptures, sadhus and the shastra and the guru, the spiritual masters and the sadhus, devotees of the Lord, and the scriptures. So this obedience, obedience, the opposite of obedience is called ahankara. Ahankara means false ego. False ego means, well, generally one becomes very proud of oneself. So in this way, this ahankara comes. So this has to be 100% be avoided. This is the key to success in spiritual life. Obedience to the saints people, because saints people are always concerned for the well-being. So that, but by obeying the instructions, that will I only get benefit. And so why one should misbehave? It always should be yes, 100% yes. Yes, Prabhupada, yes, Guru Maharaj, yes, Prabhuji. So 100% yes person. Alright. So that means you're making some advancement. I mean, this feeling comes that you're making progress. Progress in my spiritual journey. Yes, sir. Or you say in our school, we call yes sir. Because we are training under British. So even if it's all the people, they will say yes sir. But even outside, while they are working in the factory or in say yes sir. We want to have a proper understanding about this yes meaning. Means one must be obedient to the sages and the saintly people. First the teachers. So this is, but if one doesn't do that, then it's regarded as an offense. So the fourth offense is to vilify scriptures or Vedic knowledge. And the fifth offense is to define the holy name of the Lord in terms of mundane calculations. So therefore we have to understand the importance of the holy name. And the sixth offense to avoid is to interpret the holy name. And the seventh offense is to commit sinful activities intentionally on the strength of the holy name. So in other words, that's when one has learned about the importance of the holy name, but if one intentionally, like he does some kind of a simple activity and try to counteract that by chanting Harinam, so that is regarded as an offense. Let's see. The eighth offense is to consider the holy name of the Lord and its chanting method to be equal to some material auspicious activity. And the ninth offense is to instruct those who are not interested in chanting the holy name of the Lord. So this is in the art of preaching, that this is a very important instruction. That if you are not able, if you don't have the understanding or the proper skill how to convince the other person, so it is not possible to argue. It's better to avoid rather. In other words, this arguing, if you have the skill how to convince the other person, then it is fine. But if you are not able, or if you don't have the equipment or the skill how to do that, then it is better to just first time that let's visit the temple. We have wonderful temple. We have invite many important guests. Please come, and we're very happy, very pleased. And there are other devotees who can explain to you in much more nicer format. So please come visit and give prasadam. So that's enough. I don't argue. And the last, the 10th offense to be avoided is to become uninterested in the holy name of the Lord, even after hearing of the transcendental nature of the holy name, after understanding all the details of the Mahamantra, benefit of Mahamantra. Therefore, one has to become very, very careful about this chanting Mahamantra. So this way, like following is by observing these 10 offenses as described in the Padma Purana, and on following the 4 principles, the regulative principles, means one has to be free from any intoxication, and this intoxication includes many things. So intoxication means Coca-Cola. Even Coca-Cola is regarded as a mild intoxicant because it has caffeine. So we don't recommend the Coca-Cola, Pepsi Cola. This is the outside drink. So we say in India, Pepsi Cola is not allowed, and some people get surprised. Why is it? Because it is some caffeine. Caffeine is an alkaloid. So when you're explaining it from the science, when I say alkaloid, then immediately they say alkaloid is a poison. And this poison not only poison, but it also is it causes what is it called? Addiction, right? In a large quantity, it becomes addicted. So therefore, this is called an intoxicant. So they would say, well, we drink very nice mango lassi, and we put a little rose water, and then it's much better than Coca-Cola. This is a better recipe, formula. So no intoxicants, and then let's see, no intoxicants, and one must be very, very concerned for the well-being of all living entities. In Bhagavad says that jiva jiva sa jivanam, that one living being is food for another living being. So that we have to judge for us what type of living beings the Lord has arranged for our food. Sadam, so therefore vegetables, grains, milk products, and it is many different types of nuts. So these are called sattvic. Sattvic means the mode of goodness. So these things are allotted by the arrangement of the Lord. So this is for the human beings. But then we prepare it nicely and offer it to the Lord, it becomes prasad. So in this way, one must be pure vegetarian. So one must not be engaged in killing any other, let's say, forms of life. So this is the second rule that we have to follow. And the third rule that we have to follow is called one must not use in speculation. That means one must not gamble. Gambling is also one must not be lazy. It's not a speculation. Gambling is the profession of the lazy people. They want to get easy money by becoming lazy. So money everybody wants, but those who are in gambling, they want to get this easy money by becoming lazy. So that's it. Prabhupada said one last instruction that Prabhupada gave was in Vrindavan before his departure was that I was never lazy in my life, and I never want to see my followers lazy. This was one of the most important instructions that Prabhupada gave. It was just a few days before his departure. So Prabhupada, so he was always working. He slept only sometimes 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. He go to his room, he said always in the translation, are doing something. And so very little, Prabhupada takes a little nap here and there. Sometimes after the lunch, and but gets early in the morning and works, starts translation, and ready for morning walk. We're waiting for so he got 6 o'clock in the morning, and then after coming back, the class, this one part of the class, then after the class is over, then Prabhupada's breakfast at about 9:30, then